Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Nima was going to take a story.
Yes, I was going to take the Mandilas fire that happened yesterday, and according to the Lagos State Fire Service, they've been able to, curb the fire that started from the second floor all the way to the fourth floor and eventually to the seventh floor. The responders came from the Ebute-Elefon and the Sari-Gomu fire stations, and they were able to curb the fire. They said the fire, according to the director of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Ms. Margaret Adesheye, she said the fire started by a faulty welding of a generator plant within the Mandilas building. This building houses a lot of businesses, the 10-floor building, and they were able to rescue 6 people with minor injuries that were treated at the spot, on the spot or at the building, and there were no casualties, no death, no injuries.
So Dangote Refinery, we've been expecting production. So Ipman finally had a meeting with Dangote Refinery last week, and at the meeting they've agreed to supply the 30,000 members of Ipman with enough crude to distribute to over 150,000 retail outlets nationwide. According to Ipman, this meeting where they agreed that going forward, if Dangote starts, indeed, there will be no more fuel scarcity across the country. Then Ipman was asked if they discussed pricing with Dangote refinery members. Said, no, we didn't discuss the price, but all we know is that the price is going to be a little bit lower than what we have been selling. The Dangote refinery located has received over 6 million barrels of crude at its 2 SMP located in Lekki. The first crude delivery was done in December 12th, and we're hoping that they can start production quickly and then distribution can start across the country.
All right. Yes, I do have a story. It's information about the expense. $1.5 billion was spent, $1.58 billion was spent in the first 6 months of 2023. I was hoping they would give us update on the last 6 months because I know the dollar exchange rate might have reduced what people were able to spend within that period. But what gobbled this amount of money was foreign medical trips, as well as foreign education. Those were the core things that gobbled the bill. They said about 245 million was spent on health-related issues and $896 million was spent on education. Then about $400 on other personal foreign needs. This is just within the first 6 months of 2023. The medical
Forex flights.
Forex flights, yes, with the amount of money we're losing. Of course, the commenting on this is the National Vice Chairman of the Joint Health Sector Union, Dr. Obena Ogbonna, who told Punch that this is obviously because of the exchange rates right now, it is important that the government beefs up local healthcare sector because many people cannot afford to travel anymore, and that many of those that are traveling could have accessed quality healthcare here but preferred the foreign trips. Of course, citing the example of the late governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, spending months away in Germany. And the president of the Medical and Data Association of Nigeria has said, Professor Aminu Mohammed said, the best time to reverse the trend of medical tourism is now, and that the president, if serious, can put a lot of funds into the local healthcare sector. And this amount of money that is taken out can now be put back into our economy.
Okay, Daily Sun. More job losses loom as multinationals exit puts federal government's $3 trillion tax revenue, thousands of jobs at risk. Enugu government seals multi-million-dollar deal for entertainment and sports city. Blame parents for illegal degree awarding universities. NDLA intercepts 1,274 parcels of cocaine, Colorado in Lagos, 5.6 million opioid pills in Kano. IPOB leaders case. Family decries Supreme Court non-release of CTC. Cemetery city demolition. Popular skate maker apologizes to governor. Edo. Guba aspirants defy Oshomole, vow to contest popularity. And Tinubu calls for review of global tax system, affirms commitment to multilateralism. Which story taking, son?
I have multinationals exiting, and according to this report, it says, unless audacious steps are taken to fix the ailing Nigerian economy and halt the exodus of multinational firms, the country, literally on ventilators, may eventually collapse. And the report is saying that one thing that is quite worrying is also that federal government is banking on the exaggerated capacity of local firms to fill the void, and is also maintaining an offish posturing over the matter. So just, you know, simple English is not, they don't seem to get it, you know, and they seem to be quite, you know, they don't seem to get how serious the issues are. So this report is talking about all the multinationals that have left so far. You know, the most recent being Unilever. Unilever says that they will stop production and sales of home care and skin cleaning products, and that
the bulk of what they do here.
This is the latest exit, including Procter & Gamble, GSK, and so many others. We also find that, we also remember Shell also had close operation too. And they're saying that, you know, they're leaving for a whole host of reasons. Insecurity is part of it, policies that are just flip-flopping, you know, access to foreign exchange and different things like that.
Some have even
they
argued,
don't feel that the federal government...
Some have argued that they also the competition within the local market. So these soaps, for example, there are local versions people are using right now. So their market share has been really dipped into, aside from the issues, of course, the obvious issues. But there are also the fact that the local manufacturers or the local players are coming up. They are cheaper. They are accessing all these cheaper soaps. So they're not buying Omo sachets anymore. When I can easily buy something
from
the
government knows because
we have different
several
So this report is saying that they may not be able to meet demand as much as we think.
But if we focus within, if government starts to give the...
No, but the government is planning on its tax. The government has projected that this tax that we'll get will be what we'll use to fund a large chunk of the economy, and these taxes might not come in. So this is a major worry.
So that's the new guys.
The opportunities now. They're living, there's no major competition.
Sorry.
NDLEA. So NDLEA doing the work that they do, the media director of media and advocacy, NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, has spoken concerning the updates on the few things that has been happening, mentioning the fact that there were consignments coming from South Africa, Durban, and Canada. This contained cocaine, Colorado, and a strong strain of cannabis. They were concealed in containerized household items and vehicles that were imported from these countries. Also mentioned the fact that these illicit drugs, along with ammunition, sundry military effects, were seized during a joint examination of 3 containers by the agencies, and they had the sniffing dogs that were able to detect what was found within those containers. They said this include 1,200 parcels of cocaine and Colorado with a weight of 884 kilograms. They also found rounds of ammunition. Then there was another interception of 32 kilograms of Colorado that came in from Canada through used vehicles. It was found in tin can pots. And another batch from South Africa. A lot of the government, then they said there were 2 vigilance freight agencies and a traveler that escaped from being roped into drug trafficking operation, which was the story.
Yeah. So we wanted to hear the update of the guy that was being beaten at the airport because he had tried to implicate someone. So.
All right, so good news from Enugu State. They've concluded a multi-million-dollar agreement with Del York Group to construct a state-of-the-art entertainment and sports park in the state. Governor Peter Mbah, while signing the venture agreement with the investors over the weekend, said investors have started picking interest in the state, in their numbers for businesses, because his administration was able to work tirelessly to make Enugu the safest state for living, investment, sports, and development. So I'm happy for that, because we need more of that.
Del York is the same one that signed with Lagos. I think that we should see the Lagos project before.
No, but it's aside that.
I think it's good for
good for states to start working, because we're trying to develop talent across the nation.
Del York has signed in Lagos. We have not finished seeing Lagos.
We're going to build a state-of-the-art. Yeah, we'll keep signing now.
The film city in Lagos has not...
It's a good PR to attract more investors. Vanguard, let's see how much time we have left. Let's find a story we've not taken. How troops rescued Nabiha's sisters and others in Abuja kidnapped victim. We expect citizens to challenge us over budget performances, Bagudu. FG awaits forensic investigation into cause of Ibadan explosion. Wrong time to fall sick in Nigeria. The cost of medicines skyrocket. Abia Radio, TV Invasion, BON, NUJ, NJE, Carpet Police. and how abuse of ways and means worsened inflation. Okay, which story?
I thought you took the...
I did, but I'm looking for it. It said that according to the report, the picture story, it says falling sick can be challenging in normal times, but seeking treatment is currently a double blow, as the financial implication has become increasingly unbearable for many Nigerians. The cost of basic drugs such as antibiotics, analgesics, I'm reading it.
I know how
my process is thinking something else. Analgesics, anti-diabetics, and key medications for chronic conditions has doubled, tripled, and even quadrupled in some instances, leaving many patients struggling to access healthcare desperately in need. Really, really painful story.
Scary.
It's scary. This is a hot topic. You cannot afford to be sick right now. Prevention is better than any cure.
Okay.
Alagbo of agbo.
Please get to the point. I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the point very quickly. It's our final paper. We can't take any more stories. Birth rate reduces in Nigeria. Which story were you interested in? Yeah, there is no political will to end insecurity. Concern over worsening case of rape, sexual assault among men of God, and why federal government must optimize crude oil production to revive Nigeria's ailing economy.
So let me just quickly say, well done to Timothy Agbo, the writer of this article in The Point, and it takes a complete inventory of, rape cases among men of God. So from the Islamic religion, Christianity, and the traditional religion, and he took all the court's convictions and, rape victims' account of how this happened. He started with one Islamic cleric, one Absalam Salahuddin, in Lagos, who was sentenced to life for raping his student. And then he went on to another bishop, Daniel, who is the bishop of Irene Christian Ministry, who was also charged with rape. And then he went to the traditionalist, who was supposed to help remove a girl's problem, who raped her also in Osun State. And he says that the concern now is, because one for the traditionalist, it was her mother who took her for help because they said she would die before she turns 25. And she needed to do something, and so she took her for help there, and she was raped. And he says that parents now need to be more careful in relating with religious leaders, and But I love the fact that he had conviction.
All right. I just hope that religious leaders will have a register, so we'll know who a true religious leader is and who is just a person wearing a cassock and claiming to be religious.
Let's go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.